Boom. All right. What's up, cousin? Cousin Deceiver, what's going on? What I'm about to do is I'm going to show you how to break down this firearm that I just sent you and all the mechanics of it. Okay? This is the same model firearm right here. This is a Ruger 380. What you have is the Kel-Tec 380. It's the same firearm, exact same dimensions, exact same size. Okay? First and foremost, anytime you pick up a firearm, always assume that the firearm is loaded. It is loaded, is probably one in the chamber, and it's ready to fire. So what we have to do every time that we pick up a firearm or we see a firearm and we assume that it's loaded, the first thing we do, we're going to press what we call the magazine release. This is the magazine release right here, that button right there. You're going to press that button and you're going to take the magazine out. Boom. You're going to inspect that the magazine is empty. There's no bullets in the magazine. Then you're going to take, keeping your finger off the trigger, you're going to look and you're going to pull back on the slide and check. You want to check inside there to make sure that there's no rounds chambered inside there. I'm going to show you this. Pull it all the way back. Check that there's no rounds chambered. Always look down the barrel. Boom. See, point to a safe direction. Pull the trigger. Now the firearm is safe. So we know it's safe. Now we're going to show you the breakdown. These firearms right here, they do not have safeties on it. What I mean by a safety is a mechanism that can keep it from the trigger being pulled. Only way the trigger on this firearm cannot be pulled is you got to keep your finger out of the trigger. Only way a round not to go off, there can't be one in the chamber. Once this firearm is charged, it's ready to go if there's a round inside, okay? Now, the Kel-Tec, this is the Ruger LCP, same model firearm, made the same. So what we're going to do to break this gun down, on the side right here, this is a slide release pin. To get this slide release pin out, I use a small little knife, okay? What I do with this small little knife, I stick it right up on it. You can use a flathead screwdriver or you can use a butter knife, okay? I get it down in that little groove a little bit and I just wedge it up underneath there until I can get that little thing to pop out just a little bit. Okay, sometimes it gets stuck. So if it gets kind of stuck up in there, what you want to do is you want to take your thumb, your index finger in your hand across the top of the firearm and gently pull back a little bit. Like try to pull back a little bit so the slide can go back a little bit. Once you do that, you grip it. You reach up underneath there with your butter knife and you pull that pin. See how that pin comes out? Once that pin comes out, you just slide it out. Boom. That pin is out. Take that to the side. Take your pin, sit it down. Now you just let your slide go off. Put your thumb, slide it forward. Boom. Now you have your lower. Your lower is clean, made out of plastic. Sit that down. This is one of your important parts here. Right here, you have your spring that's holding your barrel down. This is for tension. This spring is under tension. So what I like to do is I take my thumb, I put it on the top of it so it won't spring out and go nowhere. It's two springs on here. So you push down just a little bit and pull that out gently. Hold on to this because you don't want to lose that piece. Boom. The spring comes out. It's two springs. Boom. Put those on top of each other. Those stay together. This little pin that goes inside the spring, keep that in there. Keep that in there. Keep that together. Keep those pieces together. Last but not least, take your barrel out of the slide. You got your barrel, got your slide. Now, I use this stuff right here. It's called Hops. It's a gun cleaner. They sell it on Amazon. You can get some of this. I'm going to show you real quick how this is used. Just a generic type of way we moving around. I got a whole kit, but I don't want to stay too long. All right. Boom. Toothbrush. Boom. Get you a little toothbrush. You take the toothbrush, you stick it down in there with the hops. Boom. Take that. Get the hops. Go right up in there. Real quick. Boom, 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 boom. You scrub those parts. Scrub. You want to scrub. This is a solvent, so you just want to, it's gonna get on there. It's gonna got a little smell to it, but it's gonna clean it up. Boom, boom, boom. Once you do that, set that piece to the side. Second, you grab that. Boom, you set that piece to the side. You can use Q-tips. They have these long Q-tips like this to go down in the barrel. You clean down in the barrel, put a little solvent on it, clean down in the barrel. You clean down in the barrel. Once you come out the barrel, you're gonna see a little bit of dirt on there. You see that? You could tell it was a little dirty. Boom. Go down. This part right here is pretty clean. You wipe down in the little crevices, make sure in little areas where dust can be at on top of the slide right here. This is where your slide release is coming across. The slide is coming across the top of that. Boom. All that's clean. Next thing what you want to do, get you a rag, nice clean rag. Go in, you dry that solvent off. Don't let it sit up there because sometimes what that solvent does, it'll start to gum up. Start collecting dirt, it's gonna gum up. You wipe that down. Hope my voice is clear. Wipe that down, clean it off, get down in there, boom. Then you're gonna clean off barrel, boom, 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 boom. Everything clean. After it's all good and clean, the next thing you wanna do, you wanna take your oil. You take your oil, boom. And these guns right here don't require a whole lot of oil. You take a little oil, dab it on the slide right there. I like to take my finger and just rub it. Wherever it just dropped at, I can use that. And that's enough. That one little drop. Don't need a whole lot. One little drop. Then you take another little drop. You want to put another drop right here where the barrel kind of got that little lip. Boom, put a little drop of oil right there. Let that go down. Let it go down inside the barrel. Okay? Let a little oil, just hold it up like that. Let that sit. That oil's gonna drain down in there. It'll get down in there. All right. Next thing you want to do, boom. These are the places I like to oil my guns at. Put it right here on this little slide right here, where everything's sliding back. Boom. On the sides, where the barrel is gonna be at. All that in there, nice and oiled. Always make sure your firearm is kept clean and pristine. You don't want any kind of gum up, no kind of gunk or nothing, because why? You want this thing to always work when it's time to use it, right? All right, now we about to put this back together. Okay, first thing first, slide release is upside down, take the barrel, slide the barrel right up in there. Boom, it drops right back in place. It drops right back in place. You see how the barrel just sits right up in there, right? Ooh, fumble. See how the barrel sits right up in there. Boom. Take your spring that you did not touch. You know what I'm saying? Spring, get a little oil on them too sometimes. You want to keep everything kind of lubricated. You know what I'm saying? Use your fingers for this. You know what I'm saying? Spring don't necessarily need that, but just to keep from corrosion, protects against corrosion is good. You take that, slide it, remember, hold it. It's under pressure. It's gonna go down to the second little notch. It's a little notch right there. Boom. Kick your thumb, hold it on top of that. Make sure it's straight. Boom. What you do, you keep this in a tight little area. Now, you're gonna line the slide up. Once you slide that slide back. It might get stuck like that. You might have this little area, right? Once it does that, that's letting you know everything might not be lined up all the way. So you're just gonna take it, slide it back, and now it's sliding right across. Now, like I said, things might be, this might be turned off a little bit. Like it might be to the side a little bit. It could be, the barrel could be turned to the side. So if it's turned to the side, it's gonna have a hard time. So what you wanna do is you wanna try to line it up with your thumb. Just line it up with your thumb like that. Boom. Take that. Slide that slide right back on. Now it's almost ready to go back in. Once you slide that back, again, take your back thumb up under there. Boom. Take that. You're gonna hold it. I'm holding it. Take the pin. There's a little spring right there across in there. It's a little spring in there. What you want to do is you want to take this like and lay it down in there, and then push that spring down, and then push it in there. Now, when it gets in there, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna be a little bit of hesitation. All you gotta do is pull this slide back a little bit. Once I pull the slide back a little bit, slide that in. Once it gets back, pull it all the way back. All right. You want to pull that back. Boom. You can pull it back to that point. You can use the front of your finger right here. Push back. Boom. And push that down. Now that's in there. Then, dry fire. And you can hear that. Boom. Magazine. Remember, do not point a firearm at anything that you don't want to destroy. All the times, a firearm is always loaded. And while carrying, you keep your magazine. Your rounds will be in your magazine. Boom. And hold on. Boom. The gun is charged. That round is in there. Keep your finger off the trigger. Unload the firearm. Always unload your firearm. Check again to make sure it's unloaded. Check again to make sure it's unloaded. Boom. Boom. And there you got it. Hope this is very informative, and enjoy your piece.